Let's talk for a second. Season 5, I personally enjoyed it. It got me into Fortnite specifically. I used to never play it before because like you guys watched me initially start playing this game. When I started and how it's gonna end, you guys both watched it, which is very nice. There's like 7 people that did watch it, and I appreciate it a lot. So I wanted to just say, like, thank you, just to those like, 2, 3 people that stayed consistent and like made me want to keep on going with playing this game because I enjoyed it a lot, and I was hoping that it was gonna go well, which for what it's worth, I think it did. I think it went pretty damn well, which something I can't say about a lot of the games in this that I played on this channel. So it's nice to know that people still watch my stuff even though I'm far from the best YouTube creator. Like very far from it. I can whatever. Um, but that's not what I'm mainly making the video for. I'm making it just to give an overall review on the game, which I guess I'll start with the guns. The big part that make this game a shooter game. So shocker, right? Um, well, I would have to say that my consistency with my favorite gun is not great for starters. Like initially, I enjoyed using pistols the most, which now that I look at it is far from ideal. But that's fine. And now when I use a pistol, I've used them every here and there. I'm not saying they're going to be useless guns. I'm not saying that they are completely worthless. You should never use them in regular battle royale. That is not true because they help out a lot. I mean, like a lot in fighting. If you do not have any other guns that are like good all rounders, a pistol's the way to go. And honestly, there's only one type of pistol, which is the Ranger pistol. At least that's in the battle royale. So I'm not gonna be able to say which one's better, blah blah blah, that cool stuff that makes every video that makes a review interesting. But it just makes me I don't know. It when I use it again, it just reminds me of how I started as it in this game because don't get me wrong, it's not a bad gun, but there's definitely a lot better guns this season that I would say is more than worth using and that I hope can have some consistency in the next season. Because next season, as we probably all know if you're watching this video in the first place, is going to be Greek mythology, which is going to be pretty damn sick. I'm not gonna lie. But as I said, it's not always going to be the greatest game. I mean, like I have, like I said, I have not played this game much before this season, so it's not my place to say what I think is the best of the best and what's the worst of the worst in this game overall. Especially considering that like I've not tried with half of them, which it makes me disappointed. I came in so late to this game, but it's fine. I mean, that's better late to the party than never, right? And I would say that the next guns that I'm going to say is the shotguns. Shotguns were unique for me. I mean, I definitely wasn't consistent with those either. I more specifically now lean towards having a pump shotgun over a frenzy auto, which is, I don't know, it's a give or take because it is slower, yes, it has, but it has more accuracy and more damage overall, making it one of my favorite shotguns that I've used in this game. Because I'm not saying I'm completely inexperienced before season 5, because I used to play a tiny bit when we had season 1, or was it chapter? I don't know. That's still something I need to get under road. So apologies if I rephrase if I phrase it wrong, but you know, it is what it is. The most inconsistent gun then I would say is AR this game. Definitely the AR, because there was 3 different ARs, which I don't know if that's encountered before or not, but I do know that led to a lot of debate on which one was the best. And honestly, I don't care which one's the best. Each one has their own specific flaws and their own specific perfections, you know? I mean, the Nemesis had great damage that whenever I fought somebody against somebody using it, I was always confused on how I got killed at 2 shots. Which, don't get me wrong, it's a very good gun, but if you're trying to use at far range, it's not the greatest. But it was the one I would lean towards the most. And then the quick firing one, the Striker AR. That was by far the ooh, that one has to be the worst one in my opinion. Just, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, the fast fire, it's not a bad gun. The fast fire rate can help a lot, and it might have better AR. And no, not AR, that's assault rifle. Might have better overall damage than the Enforcer and the Nemesis, but the but with the Striker, very poor accuracy, and also doesn't really like. It's not meant for long range for sure, and it only does. And I'm pretty sure a legendary pistol versus a legendary striker is better. And the pistol would win because the pistol has more consistency in its shots, and also is like quicker to shoot, quicker to reload. Over the only downside of it is that it takes 2 different ammo types, which, in my opinion, if you want to have an enforced AR because you do not have a sniper, then a pistol is the way to go if you want a quick shooting weapon. And that isn't SMG, which I guess we'll take the opportunity to talk about the SMGs. They sucked. I'm gonna be straightforward with it. They sucked. I mean, sure, there was 2 of them, the Hyper and the Burst. Neither of them I liked. I didn't like using either. The Burst one, I definitely preferred over the Hyper, unless we're talking the Mythic Hyper SMG. In that case, I would say that I would prefer to get the Mythic Hyper SMG over the regular. I don't know if you get Mythic from that. Well, anyways, there's just a lot better options with the SMGs. Like again, the pistols, I would say they're honestly the best all-rounder when it comes to that, because a Hyper SMG only does like what 14 damage around that, maybe even more depending on the rank. But I've never seen somebody properly use a Hyper SMG. And the only time I prefer to use my Hyper SMGs is when I'm trying to destroy a vehicle. But my favorite gun by far had to have been a sniper. It's just a Reaper sniper. There's nothing more. There's no mythics. It only goes up to legendary, which I'm pretty sure apart from the pistol, it shares a unique trait. And it's very good. It's abnormally good, and I know that it's because Sniper's got a whole buff this season. And but that's honestly like not the only thing I think that's making it as good as it is. I think there's a lot of other things that make it better, like the fact that it does, even though apart from the same damage, I've noticed that I can hold more than one bullet, which I've not found any actual sniper that wasn't a semi-auto or full auto even, yeah, that could do the same. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to fact check this. This is completely personalized. So I'm not saying that there is no uh, sniper like the Reaper, but it was definitely by far the best one. And it had consistent shots, and the only downside was bullet drop, which I'm pretty sure the only gun this whole season that didn't have bullet drop was a lock-on pistol. And that's because they forgot to modify it to adapt with it. So if you were above 50 meters away, your lock-on pistol would not lock on, which I don't know. We've probably all known that if we've been playing this game for a while, but that's sort of, it's something that I find interesting because even though you can't modify it, if you have good aim, which I don't know if you saw by the gameplay I'm doing here, I do not have the great aim that a lot of other people have. It can have the most consistent shot. Sure, it will only do 16 damage at far range, which is far from ideal considering that any other gun in the game will do better in far range. But for consistent shots, it's good. Now, my favorite thing about this whole season, this is this I did not think over, and I did not think a lot of this over actually. I just started live streaming and called it good. I didn't make a script or pre-record this video actually. But the biggest thing that I would say that made this season the best for me was the major like just honestly the storyline. I mean, like, I know that's the corniest response out there, but I take that back actually now I think about it. Most of the storyline I'm thinking of was like before this. The storyline in this season was uneventful. We just got it purely taken away from us, and then just kind of winged it. So I would have to say that hmm, I seriously don't know. There's a lot of great things about this season that I enjoyed. What the hell? It's alright. But anyways, there's a lot of great things that came with this season. But my favorite actually was part of the map. I enjoyed the run reels. I mean, it was the first area I've ever landed at, and it's probably one of the best areas to land at. I mean, like, it has a mini bunker that's rarely taken, and the only other people that land there normally only get the blue weapons if you're quick enough to the vault area. Meaning that you would get to fuck. Meaning that you would get good weaponry while having minimal effort. Because the loot crates that they have in there, the little gun racks, they can drop legendaries. Sure, it's not exactly common, but it is a possibility. So by far, it would have to be Ruined Wheels. My least favorite, it would just, it definitely that would be the story because there was nothing to it really. Oh, and the TMNT weapons when those dropped, it was annoying. I'm not gonna like. Don't get me wrong, I was really hyped. I loved it initially, but I couldn't go into Battle Royale at all without some kid running up on me with the staff and just beating the hell out of me because I didn't have any other weapons to counter him with. And the staff has way too much movement overall to actually be, you know, ran away from you. You're just stuck dealing with it. So, I'm not gonna lie. It was by far the worst trait. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it was the worst part of the game. It's just the worst trait overall, which that's when comparing it to all the other cool things going on. There's not much in this. That looks pretty cool. But I'm not gonna look at this. That's in. It is. Store sucks right now. Which that would definitely be a bad trait of it. Was the store. I did not enjoy much of it. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ravage was in the store, and I nearly got it. I just didn't have enough at the time, and by the time I did get enough, it was already out of stock. So now I'm gonna have to wait, which is fine by me. But overall, this was a very, very fun season, and a very great time to play. I doubt I'm going to be posting another video on this season, because there's not much else to be going on, and it ends really soon. But overall, it was a great game. It was a great game overall in this season. I've said that too many times. If there's any other games, I mean, like, I have Dragon Ball FighterZ, Spider-Man, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Elden Ring. Even like, if you guys want to see me play those, I can. But March 8th is when the season drops, which is not that far away actually. I'm pretty sure that's 4 days away. So just my main goal is to try to grind this out, get this skin, so that way I can get over here and just get the last stuff here. I don't care about all this. This stuff can stay away. I just want to get the main unique loot that I personally enjoy. So, and Solid Snake, I did not know he was being introduced, but he was a really cool feature, and I did like to do his quests. Along with these quests, these were pretty unique, pretty cool. And also, if there's a just there's a lot to go over if I wanted to talk about the whole season. There's a lot, but in all honesty, it was a great season. I mean, it definitely kept me consistent in playing it. And don't get me wrong, I will be posting more often. I've just been doing my own stuff right now, personal shit, and also just trying to not be an idiot. But there's not much else that's really to say about this season. I mean, I'm sure there's better ones out there, but for me, this was the best season so far because I was actually able to play it all the way through, and I'm genuinely excited for what's to come with this game because there's a lot more towards it, and well, yeah, I mean, there's not much else I can really say about it. I mean, it's all overall just cool, and I mean, Shadow the Earth Tree. I know this video is completely unrelated to it, but and you guys probably don't even care about Elden Ring if you're watching Fortnite, but Shadow of the Earth Tree is coming up soon, and I'm really hyped up for that because I've been waiting and waiting. But that's gonna be really great to play if I can even get to the Halleck Tree because I'm assuming that's where it's taking place. Either Hagrid is either going to be at the Halleck Tree when it starts, or it's going to be at the Moog's Palace. Do I know for certain? No, that's just my guesses, considering that Melania's brother is in Moog's Palace, and also the Halleck Tree is quite literally the Shadow Yard Tree, so it could take place in your area. But I'm just yapping at this point. I don't have much else to say about this season, and for many of the players, it could have been a really bland season. I mean, like, I can see why. It's not the craziest thing that happened that I've seen. There's just a lot more unique stuff I've witnessed. But, yeah, I mean, thank you guys for listening to me just mutter over my own words, and that was my review on this topic. I mean, it's just really a great game. The guns overall were pretty, I mean, I wouldn't say good, but not bad. The bullet drop was definitely a necessity though. Even though I don't personally like it, I know how bad it would be if we just kept consistent with the no bullet drop. Because I don't think that the revive vans would not, reboot vans would not be doing anything because kids would just be sniping you out of the sky. So it's a lot of fixes in the game that I enjoyed, and a lot more to it that I anticipated when I initially started. Because I only got on and played for the sole purpose of I was bored, it's free, why not? And now I'm actually like playing on stream this more. You know? I just hope that we can continue to grow together, the people that are watching this, and I hope that I can try to make content that you guys enjoy, whether it's just calm streams like this one or more intense streams like when I was playing with my friends, because it's all really great, and I hope that hell, you can even send me a friend request so we can play. If I can try to get you in the video. You know? But was this chapter 5, season 1? I think. So yeah.
Fuck, man. That, whatever, I don't gotta fucking flush it around everywhere.